Welcome back, book buddies! Today we're going to read a book about a crab. This book is called Tiny Crab is a Tidy Crab, for tiny, tidy up champions everywhere. Let's go. Tiny Crab is a tidy crab. Once upon a beautiful beach, under a tall palm tree, Tiny Crab watched the waves go swoosh, swash, swish. Tiny Crab loves surfing, building tall sandcastles, and chilling in the shade with a cool coconut smoothie. But most of all, Tiny Crab loved caring for his beach. He always tidied up at the end of the day because Tiny Crab is a tidy crab. One day he wondered, "This is such a special sandpit. Wouldn't it be super to share it?" So he invited a friend to visit, dear Seagull. The next day, Seagull arrived. "Thanks for the invite," he squawked. Then I hope you don't mind. I invited some friends too." "Oh," squeaked Tiny Crab, "just look at everyone." He was a bit surprised to see so many animals on his beach, but he was happy to share. He smiled and waved, although no one saw him. So instead, Tiny Crab watched them all have fun. There were beach parties and barbecues, kite flying and kayaking. Everyone had a great time. Soon it was time for the other animals to go. But when they left... "Oh, my beach is a bin! Ah, my head's in a spin!" cried Tiny Crab as he gazed at the mess left behind. So Tiny Crab tidied up, snapping things from under his feet and getting his beach just right. Until finally he was finished, just in time to watch the sunrise, when suddenly all the animals came back, bringing even more friends. "Oh, hello," waved Tiny Crab, but nobody saw him and nobody heard him. He sighed, but smiled. Well, it's nice to have guests, if they remember their mess. This time there was surfing and snorkeling and sunbathing and swimming. But when the end of the day came and the animals went home again, Tiny Crab gasped, "My beach! It's a bin again!" So as the tide came in and the sun went down, Tiny Crab tidied, snapping things up from under his feet, finally getting his beach nice. But the next day the animals came back. They brought even more friends, and there was stuff everywhere. There were beach huts, snack shacks, inflatable things, and there were really long queues for ice pops, ice creams, and tall water flumes. And still nobody saw Tiny Crab wave a small claw, and nobody heard him say, "Hello." Tiny Crab watched the animals dropping their rubbish, and he muttered to himself, "Not again." Then Tiny Crab scuttled around, tidying up the beach, moving things about, while nobody noticed until... "This beach is my home. It isn't a nice way to share if you don't tidy up your rubbish." The animals couldn't believe their eyes and ears. They suddenly saw the beach was a huge mess. "We're so sorry," they gasped. "We promise to keep it clean from now on." And together they all tidied up. With so many paws and so many claws, they had it clean in no time. When they finished, they all sat upon the beautiful beach and watched the waves go swoosh, swash, swish. And this time, when they said goodbye, they left something behind again. But it was just their paw prints in the sand. The end. Now that was a really fun book about keeping our beaches clean. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Do come back so we can read more books together. Please like and subscribe. Bye!